Greetings and salutations, friends. Welcome in, and yeah, a couple of things have changed. I've been working on the spooky car ride. Well, I mean, it's not particularly spooky. Well, that bit is. But for the most part, I quickly fleshed out the ride, put some scenery down, added some more housing, painted the ground a little bit. I worked on the walls and the barricades between the rides and the people. And now we are going to work on this monstrosity. So when we left off, I had this going here. I'm not thrilled with that. The sudden up and down there, not doing it for me. So what I'm going to do, we're going to dig this out, and we're going to just have this angled down rather than an actual drop. We're just going to put this down through here. We'll dig the ground out a little bit. Maybe we'll turn this into a tunnel, or we'll have it go underneath some kind of a building, maybe a windmill or something like that. So we'll just bring this out here. I'm going to fill that back in again and make it look like a natural pond. But for the moment, we're just going to uncover everything and move things around. I want to get the path over this. So let's see if we can't get that figured out. Okay, so we'll put this here. The pathing tool, it's a nightmare. We all hate the pathing tool in PlanetCoaster 1. I mean, it does the job. I know it gets things done. It's not the worst pathing tool in the world, but it's not fantastic. And sometimes it does take a little bit of sideways thinking to get it to do what you want it to. In this case, you put down your destination first and then link to it instead of going to your destination. And of course, sometimes you leave the auto flatten terrain on, and it makes funny holes in the ground. Here, I want to put down a splash zone, so I'm going to put some benches there. People can sit there and get soaked. Wait a minute, the train's the wrong way. The station's the wrong way around. There we go, that's better. Okay, let's do that. Hang on a minute. What if I do the entrance on one side and the exit on the other? There we go. That'll give me a nice long entryway. Or potentially long entryway. Let's see if we can't get up and over there. Oh, that's a little lower than I anticipated. Okay, let's clean this up. So we can get up and over the ride. And I should be able to zigzag, I think. Not really much room there. If I go the other way. Oh, I know. What if I go under the ride a little bit and then back around? There, that's better. That makes the path longer. There we go. All right, and we can. Oh God, the ground's not level. All right, let's level the ground out first, which means removing everything that we've done so far with the pathing. All right, we'll reconnect that. Now we'll get this back again. Hang on. There we go. Okay, so we'll reconnect all of this. We'll get our path zigzagging around. We're connected. There we are. Alright, so that looks like a reasonable pathway to get in, or a queue, rather, not path. So let's run the ride. I'm going to aim for about 7 cars and space them evenly around the ride. So I'm going to run a test so I can get the ride length. There we go. So there's my ride length. So now I can just divide that by 7, and that gives me my interval timings. And we'll turn off the block train thingy because it's going to feed through the station pretty quick, I think. Alright, so let's bring the terrain up around here a little bit, make it seem a little more inclusive with the ground. And we'll bring this up here. This whole area really could do with a little roughening up. Because it is by this lake at the top here where there's a waterfall. So I would imagine that over time this area would have been covered in water and it slowly receded down into this river. So there would be it wouldn't be quite so smooth as most of the other places. Or would it? It might actually, now I think about it. Too late! Moving on! Now let's build a station. How are we going to build this station? For a moment, I'm thinking about doing like an enclosed station, like an enclosure. And that's looking okay. And then I put the wall up and I'm like, wait a minute. No. We wouldn't do an enclosed station here. But I do like the look of those archways. So maybe I can recreate that with props that we have hanging around. So there we are. putting in some what are they? Pillars. And then trying to find the battens to go across the top. That's not really working for me. So let's go back. We'll just use pillars to do that as well. And we can just use the haunted planking to do the side bits there. And we'll just shove those into place. I actually colored them the same color as the pillars, but because of the way they changed the specularity, the specular channel in the material is slightly different, so it looks brighter. There we go, we get there. Okay, so hopefully, actually, in PlanetCoaster 2, I really hope we do get the opportunity to adjust the specular attributes in textures, so we can make them more or less shiny. Alright, so we've got the framework for the building kind of sort of done here. Now it's back to the roof, and I think a tin roof would be great on this. But of course we don't have the roof to go there, and that just looks crap. Let's do this the other way around. And now I just need to put the roof supports in, which again, a little bit of detailing work here. We'll use some 2 meter and 1 meter. And now we can have them kind of hanging on those archways that we've created. So it looks like they are supposed to be there. Right? Because now the archway is distributing the weight from the top of the roof across the ride exit and entrance. So it makes sense now. Right? And we'll put these cross pieces in here to support this roof. And we'll just stick it out a little bit there so it looks like it's bolted into place. And there we are. We'll just support this section here. Otherwise, this is just kind of floating on its own. So we'll just move these over like this. And there we have it. And I think that looks pretty good. It could do with a little more decoration. Oh, we'll come back to that. So let's save. And yeah, we'll... wait a minute. What about the bottom? We can't have that open. All right, then after a quick break, let's take a look at doing the maintenance access for these rides here. So the guys are going to have to get to the lift hills. They're going to need the backstage pathing. Let's give this guy... Actually, you know what? I need to change this up. This has got a brick pillar. And we're going for probably a somewhat rustic / western... I don't want to say western. We'll go with the rustic. We'll go with a rustic frontier kind of feel for this. So let's replace the brick with some wood. Well, that looks okay. We'll bring that over there. And I want to replace the lamp. Probably with... Oh, you know what? We'll use this guy here. And there's this lamp. Does this lamp provide light? Yes, it does. Okay, so we'll put that there. I could actually have figured that out just by checking its properties to see if it's triggerable. If a light is triggerable, it provides light. If it's not triggerable, then it's just a faux light. It's not going to illuminate anything around it. It's just going to go on and off. Okay, so there we go. Let's give this a name. We'll just use Planco for this. There we go. We'll call it that. There we are. I think it's log drop that we've called that there. So let's start working on the backdrop a little bit. Backdrop? Yeah. Well, maintenance area, because the actual name eludes me for the moment. Okay, let's see if we can get the pathway connected up. Yep, nope, go away. Stop. Okay, now. And then, yeah, this is going to keep changing those supports, but that's fine. And then I realized that actually the pathing actually adjusts the ride supports itself. So I didn't really have to worry about that too much. And we will have another one across here. Let's make this thinner, because this is just going to be a footpath kind of deal. Because we don't have any ATVs in this game, so no one's going to be driving any ATVs down these roads. It's all going to be walking. Alright, so we'll bring them in here, we'll put a gate there, and we'll just link this up like that. And we'll come back and tidy that up. So now we've got our nice flat surface that we can build on. We've got some pathways to the rides. Let's throw down a ride over here. And again, we're going with that kind of rustic, westerny kind of feel. So maybe this, right? I could call it the wagon wheel. It would fit in. I think it would fit in the area too, because it is just tall enough to look over the log flume, right? And let's play with the pathing here. Well, that should be good enough. So yeah, from the top of that, you should have a nice view of the park. Let's see, what else have we got? Okay, let's just throw some texturing down in here to make that a little more finished. I do need to deal with this. Looking forward to PlanetCoaster 2, because making interesting holes like that is going to be way easier. You can just drop an infinity pool in there. People won't go in it because it's an infinity pool, so there's no entrance exit for them. And you can just flood it with decorations and fountains and stuff. It'll be cool, and it'll just sit right into the path. You won't have to do any jiggery-pokery like I had to. Alright, so we're going to do the rapids ride next, I think. So let's just pre-plan that. We'll paint out the course here. I do like the idea of this last drop. Alright, and then the path, we've got to replace the path up here. Yeah, no, okay, we'll come back to that. Let's drop down another kiddie ride. We've got a little bit of a kiddie area going on over here. So let's drop another kiddie ride, and we'll put the teacups down. And we'll do the entrance. This teacup ride is usually quite popular, so let's do a reasonably long entrance way. That should be okay. And I do have a prefab that I've made for this, although that's a bit much, I think. That's quite a lot. Okay, we'll do our own. Let's do a quick bit of fence work here. We've got to get this fence along here, and these are all 4 meter lengths. Which, okay, damn it. Alright, so now we need to adjust this fence, right? So I've got the 4 meter fence on there, so I'm going to replace it with two 2 meter fences. So I can easily manipulate this, right? So I can take half the fence off and have the brick overlapping a little bit. So let's let's redo this fence along here. We'll keep these nice shiny people on the path and off my private areas, because you don't want people wandering around in your unmowed private area. There's a joke in there somewhere. Okay, there we go. So that's that. All right, let's get this finished off over here. This section's just been sitting here staring at me, going, "Hey, how's about a fence, buddy?" So we'll just put some fencing over here. We'll finish off this guy here. Not sure about that, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Now we got this gap. Fencing. All right, let's put some fencing. Why is that sticking up? We'll put some fencing down. Just butt it up against the building a little bit. And the same over here, just to stop these people from... Can I put one across there? Oh, it's not going to match the building properly. Oh, that's good enough. Alright, there we go. So that's that. I think it's coming along rather well. We'll put this guy's cubby down in here, cover up that bollard. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll be doing some more. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And next time we will put some meat on that log flume and work on the back lot a bit more. Thanks for joining me. Much appreciated. Have a fantastic day.